LeBron James has made it known that he is not returning to the Lakers, and this offseason the Golden State Warriors are a team pursuing not only LeBron but also Anthony Davis. So in today's video, I've placed both LeBron and AD on the Golden State Warriors to play alongside Stephen Curry. And you can even call this a new Big Four if you will. We have ourselves Steph Curry, LeBron, AD, and Porzingis. I'm glad the Warriors re-signed Porzingis because now we have a floor-spacing big man beside Anthony Davis who will be our starting power forward. We are going to change LeBron's position from power forward to small forward where he does jump up to a 93 overall. We are currently lacking in that starting shooting guard role, so let's see if we could upgrade that position here in free agency. And I'm a really big fan of Quentin Grimes, so let's go ahead and sign him here on a 4-year deal where we pay him about $5.5 million annually. It looks like Quentin Grimes will be accepting on a 4-year $23 million contract. Let's go. Before I give you all the rundown on the new rotation, I do want to say that we're trying to hit 2,000 subscribers, so if you enjoy 2K rebuilds and haven't already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, like the video and hype the video. All 3 buttons are free and it truly does support out the channel a ton. At the time of this recording, we have a blockbuster trade. Kawhi Leonard has landed on the Toronto Raptors in return for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-round picks, a pick swap, and 2 second-round picks for Kawhi Leonard. And now he's on the same team he won a championship with back in 2019. Be prepared, I will be making a Toronto Raptors rebuild for my next upload. But now it's time for us to get back to our rebuild. So in our starting lineup, we have ourselves Stephen Curry, Quentin Grimes, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Kristaps Porzingis. Off the bench, we have Brendan Pajemski, Q Santos, Draymond Green, and Al Horford. I am loving the way this team is looking. Now let's go ahead and simulate the first few games of our season. So the first game is up against the Cavs, LeBron's former team, and we end up defeating them 106-103. Curry dropping 34 points, Anthony Davis in his debut 21 and 13. LeBron did foul out in 25 minutes, but he still played amazing with 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Can we also defeat the Bulls? Let's see here, and yes we can, 130-112. Curry going off here for 42 points, 26 from AD, and 19 from LeBron. And starting out this season, we will be rolling with a 4-star overall system proficiency, perimeter-centric under our head coach, Steve Kerr. And now I'm going to go ahead and simulate until the end of this season, but of course, if there are any trades to be made, I will be stopping here at the trade deadline to show you all. We're stopped here at the trade deadline, and currently our team is the number 2 seed with 38 wins and 12 losses, but there is still a trade I would like to make, and that's to upgrade our backup center position from Al Horford. Currently, we're one of the worst offensive rebounding teams, and Al Horford is not really a good rebounder, so we're going to try and find someone else to take over the backup center position. And this trade here for our team is absolutely perfect. Mitchell Robinson is one of the best offensive rebounders in the entire NBA, and that's the only category we are really lacking in right now. So let's go ahead and pull off this trade with the Cavaliers, sending them Al Horford and Yaxel Lendenberg for Mitchell Robinson and Royce O'Neal. And I know you guys are probably saying, why am I trading away the rookie Yaxel? Well, it's pretty simple. LeBron James is 42 years old, Curry 38, and 33 for Davis. So we don't have too big of a window to go out there and compete for a championship. So we're going to do everything we can right now to build this team into a championship contender. So let's go ahead and pull off this trade. We've stopped here at the contract extension day, and thankfully Stephen Curry is open to sign a contract extension with our team, so we are going to extend him for the next season, and we're going to try to lowball him here just a little bit because LeBron took a pay cut, so did Draymond Green, and now let's make Stephen Curry take a pay cut as well. We are able to give him about $42 million annually, and he will be accepting on a 1-year deal. At the end of this season, Victor Wembanyama goes on to win his first ever MVP, Cameron Boozer, Rookie of the Year, Jalen Green, 6-Man, Wemby Defensive Player, Risa Shea, Most Improved, Kawhi Leonard, Clutch Player, Mitch Johnson, Coach of the Year, and we go on to win Executive of the Year. Now let's take a look at all NBA selections and see if we get ourselves any players here. No one on all NBA first or second team, but we do land Anthony Davis on all NBA third team. Let's go. We also get AD on all defensive first team, and that will be it for awards. We ended this season as the number 2 seed, winning a total of 59 games and losing only 23. And before we start simulating the playoffs, let's go ahead and take a look at player stats and see how the big 3 did. So our leading scorer was Stephen Curry, averaging 26 points per game with 6 assists. Then we had AD averaging 21 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 1 steal per game. LeBron was still balling out here, averaging 19 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and half a block per game, while shooting 54% from the field. He didn't score as much, but that's because we already have so many offensive players, so the points were split up between a lot of players here. Then we had Porzingis 14, 14 from Grimes, and 13 from Podziemski. And now let's take a look at our team stats to see how our offensive rating was. We had ourselves the 4th best offensive rating with the number 1 best defensive rating, which is amazing. And the number 1 best point differential, making about 14.4 3-pointers a game. And now in the first round of the playoffs, look who we're going up against, none other than the Los Angeles Lakers. This is going to be a movie. They ended the season as a number 7 seed, and in their starting lineup, they have Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Marcus Smart, Kobe Brown, and Walker Kessler. LeBron taking on his former team, and now let's see how things go here. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Okay, there we go. LeBron is out to defeat his former team, dropping 35 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. AD with 33 against his former team as well, and 20 from Curry. It completely slipped my mind that AD was once on the Lakers as well for a long time, as you guys could see here. He even won a championship with them. So both LeBron and AD are going up against their former team. Let's see what happens here in game 2. We also going to win game 2. LeBron is balling out, 33 points, AD with a 21-point double-double, and 17 from Curry. Game number 3, we secure the win, going up 3-0. We scored 143 points, a 33-point double-double from Curry, 31 from AD, and 26 from LeBron. And are we going to sweep Luka and the Lakers? We do not end up sweeping them, but we do gentlemen sweep them, defeating them here in game 5. Curry 25, AD 25 and 11, LeBron with 16, 8 and 10. And that was an amazing first round. LeBron was balling out. Let's take a look at player stats here. So Curry so far is averaging 27 points per game. LeBron is averaging 25, 7 and 7. And AD, holy, almost 30 points per game, 29, 10 and 3. Let's go. And now it is time for the second round of the playoffs, and we are taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have themselves LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Ayo Dosunmu, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert. And this offseason is just getting started, and it's already been so fun with the trades that's already happened. Like the LaMelo Ball trade is one of my favorite for sure. But let's see what happens here. Game number 1, we do go on to win. AD 29 and 11. LeBron James with a 26-point triple-double at 42 years old. That is what I'm talking about. 17 from Curry and 16 from Tingus Pingus. Game number 2, we also go on to win. Curry dropping 44 points, holy, hitting 9 3-pointers. LeBron with 20, AD with a 13-point double-double. Game 3, we also secure the win, and we sweep the Minnesota Timberwolves. That is unreal. LeBron James 26, 6 and 10. Curry with 23 and 21 from Porzingis. The unction of AD, LeBron, and Curry is unstoppable. We really just swept the Minnesota Timberwolves with LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards. Their starting 5 is absolutely elite, and we swept them. But now we are in the Western Conference Finals, and it looks like we're taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Klay Thompson's on their team, Kyrie Irving, Cooper Flag, PJ Washington, and Derek Lively II. And Klay Thompson may think he's coming out here for revenge, but that's definitely not going to happen. Let's see what happens. Game number 1, we do end up winning. 34 Curry, 17 Porzingis, 15 AD, and 14 from LeBron. Game number 2, we do end up losing here, 124 to 106. LeBron played phenomenal, but sadly we do fall short. Game 3, we secure the win, going up 2-1, 107 to 100. LeBron 34, 9 and 9, 80, 23 and 11 from Curry. Game 4, we also win, and now we are up 3-1. Porzingis with 26, 23 from LeBron, and 16 from AD. Can we close things out here in Game 5? And yes, we can. Anthony Davis going off for 31 points, LeBron 26, and Curry with a 24-point double-double. And now we're either going to have to take on the Miami Heat or the Cleveland Cavaliers, both former teams of LeBron James. So let's see which team it will be. It looks like it is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Anthony Davis, Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging 21, 10, and 3. I'm not gonna lie, we haven't even won a championship yet, and this is already one of my favorite videos ever. I'm a huge Steph Curry and LeBron James fan, so having them here on the same team is phenomenal. LeBron so far here in the playoffs is averaging 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists per game, 23 and 10 from AD, and Curry is averaging 23 points per game. But now, in the NBA Finals, we are taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they have themselves James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. Can we go on to win a championship in the first year of this rebuild? Let's see. Game number 1, we do go on to win. AD with a 30-point double-double, 18 from Curry, and he did foul out in 29 minutes, and 16, 6, and 9 from none other than LeBron. The Big Three continues playing amazing. Game 2, we also go on to win. Curry 32, LeBron 25, and 22 from Pajemski. Can we also win Game 3? And yes, we can. Holy, we just went up 3-0, scoring 137 points. Curry dropping 40, hitting 10 3-pointers, 34 from AD. LeBron did kind of struggle, but he still played amazing all around. And let's see if we could sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we go on to sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers to win the Golden State Warriors a championship with Anthony Davis winning Finals MVP. And Anthony Davis had such an elite finals run here offensively and even better defensively. 3 blocks per game, 2.5 steals, 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Holy. But of course, we are going to run it back with our Big Three to see if we could go out there and win ourselves a back-to-back championship next year as well. But before that, let me show you guys the player stats for the playoffs, where we played a total of 18 games. The leading scorer was Stephen Curry, averaging 25 points per game, 24, 7, and 7 from LeBron, 24, 10, and 3 from AD, and 12.5 points per game from Porzingis. And then here are the NBA Finals stats. We played 4 games. The leading scorer was Curry with 28.5 points per game, 26 AD, and 18 from LeBron. We don't have ourselves any picks in the 2027 NBA draft, so let's go ahead and simulate team player option and see what we got to pick up here. I do believe we need to re-sign a pretty key player for our bench unit, and yeah, so we do need to re-sign Brennan Pajemski, who this past season was playing amazing. 13 points per game on nearly 50, 40, 80 shooting splits. We are going to give him the qualifying offer. We should be able to re-sign him because, yeah, so we do have bird rights on him, plus he's a restricted free agent. How much money do we have here to spend in free agency? We are able to spend about $5.7 million annually. We also have to re-sign Mitchell Robinson, who is our backup center, and so we may not have enough money to bring him back, honestly. But first things first, we're going to go ahead and offer Brennan Pajemski a contract. He does currently have 3 offers, but they're only $5.7 million. So we'll be able to offer him a 4-year deal, paying him about $12 million annually, with a team option on that 4th year. He will most likely accept that, yeah, so he's most interested in our offer. And now I'm also going to go ahead and offer Mitchell Robinson a contract. 4-year deal, paying him about $4 million annually. It looks like both players will be accepting, but do we have enough money for both? Let's see, and yes, we do. So thankfully, we do bring back Mitchell Robinson and Brennan Pajemski. Man, I don't know why the Charlotte Hornets are tempting us with such an amazing trade. They're offering us Con Kneppel and Naz Reid for Porzingis, Draymond Green, and Royce O'Neal. If we didn't win a championship last year, I definitely wouldn't have pulled off this trade, but since we did, we can make this video a little bit more funner by bringing in Con Kneppel and Naz Reid, and you know what? I'm going to make this trade happen. Let's go ahead and pull it off, make this video a little bit more fun. And honestly, I think this trade is going to make the video a lot more funner, not just a little bit more. We're going to have Con Kneppel being our brand new starting shooting guard in the backcourt beside Stephen Curry, the new Splash Brothers, Con Kneppel and Stephen Curry. Alrighty, here we are at the start of this season with our brand new rotation. So in the starting lineup, we have ourselves Stephen Curry, Con Kneppel, LeBron James, Naz Reid, and Anthony Davis. Off the bench, we have Pajemski, Moses Moody, Q Santos, and Mitchell Robinson. As if we couldn't get any better, we really just brought in Con Kneppel and Naz Reid into our starting lineup. Let's simulate the first few games of this season to see how we do. The first game is up against the Wolves, who we end up defeating 132-114. LeBron dropping 26, 9, and 4, 20 from Curry, and an 18-point double-double from AD. Con Kneppel in his Warriors debut, 17 points, and the same for Naz Reid. Can we also defeat the Blazers and the Memphis Grizzlies? We do lose to the Blazers, but we defeat the Grizzlies 138-116. AD dropping 36 points with 17 rebounds, Curry with 27, and LeBron with 22. This season, our team will be rolling with a 4.5-star overall system proficiency balanced under our head coach, Steve Kerr. And now, of course, I'm going to go ahead and simulate until the end of this season, but if there are any trades to be made, I will be stopping at the trade deadline to show you all. We are stopped here at the trade deadline, and currently our team is the best offensive team, but we could use some help on the defensive side, so I'm going to try and bring in Ausar Thompson to replace Moses Moody off the bench unit. Ausar Thompson is one of the best defensive players in the league, so replacing Moody with Ausar Thompson should help out our defense, and we're going to send the Pistons 2 good 3-point shooters, which the Pistons have been needing. They do decline the trade, so let's go ahead and throw them a bunch of first-round picks. 2 first-round picks does not get it done, but 3 first-round picks lands us Ausar Thompson. Is 3 first-round picks an overpay for a player who's probably only going to be playing about 20 minutes per game? Of course, but that's alright because we're trying to win the big 3 of Curry, LeBron, and AD a championship by all means necessary. Well, a back-to-back championship by all means necessary. So now let's go ahead and simulate until the end of this season. Right now we are the number 3 seed with 36 wins and 13 losses. Let's see if that changes by the end of this season. We have 1 game remaining to our season, and you guys are not going to believe this. Anthony Davis is number 2 in the award races to winning an MVP. I don't believe he's going to win it because Wemby is number 1. But let's go ahead and simulate the last game. And yeah, so Wemby does end up winning MVP, but the fact that Anthony Davis was in the award races to winning MVP is impressive. So Victor Wembanyama goes on to win a back-to-back MVP, Tyrone Stokes, Rookie of the Year, De'Aaron Fox, 6th Man, Wemby Defensive Player, AJ Devonta Most Improved, Zion Williamson, Clutch Player, Steve Kerr, Coach of the Year, and the Spurs win Executive of the Year. All NBA teams, let's see what we get here. Luka makes it on all NBA first team, but of course he's not on our team. But Anthony Davis, our boy, does make it on an all NBA second team. Let's go. Do we get anybody here? And Anthony Davis also making it on an all defensive first team, and Ausar Thompson on an all defensive first team as well. So 2 players on an all defensive team, which is amazing. And we ended this season as the number 1 seed, winning a total of 65 games and losing only 17. And let me tell you all something, ever since I've put Ausar Thompson into our starting lineup, we've only lost 2 games, so having him in the starting lineup has been amazing. Our starting lineup is probably the best in the entire NBA. Stephen Curry, Con Kneppel, Ausar Thompson, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. At first, I was planning on running Ausar Thompson off the bench unit, but after I've seen how good he does in the starting lineup, I've kept him there ever since. And now let's take a look at player stats before we jump into the playoffs. So player stats, our leading scorer was none other than Anthony Davis, averaging 23, 11, and 2. 21 from Curry, almost 20 points per game from LeBron, 5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists per game, 1 steal and half a block. 17 from Con Kneppel, 14 from Pajemski, and 12 from Naz Reid. And Ausar Thompson was amazing as well. Even though he did not score all that much, he still was averaging 10, 6, and 4 with 2 steals and 1 block per game. Let's take a look at our team stats as well. So offensive rating, we had the number 1 best offensive rating with the number 1 best defensive rating. Holy. So that means ever since we acquired Ausar Thompson, our defense has jumped up like crazy. We've become the best defensive team in the entire league, with the best point differential as well. I knew Ausar Thompson was going to have an impact on our defense, but I didn't think he would make us a number 1 best defensive rating team with just adding him into our starting lineup. So now, in the first round of the playoffs, we are taking on Anthony Davis's former team, the New Orleans Pelicans. They have themselves DeJounte Murray, Trey Murphy, Sadiq Bey, Zion Williamson, and Derek Queen. I do also want to mention that Anthony Davis, ever since we've made him a center, he's been doing a lot better. Like last season, he was running at the power forward position, but at the center position, he's doing a lot better. Offensively, 23 points per game compared to last season where he was averaging 20 points per game. Even though he likes running at the power forward, I feel like his better position right now is the starting center. But let's see what happens here in the first round of the playoffs. Game 1, we go on to win. Curry dropping 55 points. Holy. Hitting 10 3-pointers, 11 of 11 from the free throw line. And not only that, Anthony Davis had 28 points and 25 from LeBron. Our big 3 combined for a lot of points. I believe over 100 points. Yeah, definitely over 100 points, about 110. Let's see how things go here in game 2. We do fall short in game 2, 113 to 100. Curry played good, but our defense not so much. Game 3, we go on to win. Let's go. And in this game, LeBron was the leading scorer with 26 points, 19 Curry, and Anthony Davis. Okay, he did foul out in 22 minutes, which is why he didn't score all that much. Game 4, we also win. Let's go. Curry 29, 24 LeBron, and 21 from AD. Can we, gentlemen, sweep the Pelicans? And yes, we can. Curry goes off here for 29, 23 from LeBron, and 22 from Kneppel. And look at that, the Lakers are awaiting us in the second round of the playoffs. So far here, Curry is averaging 30 points per game on 50, 50, 88 shooting splits. Let's see how LeBron's doing. Phenomenal, 23 points per game, and AD is averaging 19 points per game. And now Anthony Davis and LeBron are going up against a former team once again, Luka Doncic and the Lakers. Whoa, they made a completely different lineup. Now they have themselves Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, and Walker Kessler. And this is really funny because 2 players in their starting lineup are former Golden State Warriors, and 2 players in our starting lineup are former Los Angeles Lakers players. So let's see what happens here. Game number 1, we do end up winning. LeBron 28, 24 Curry, and 24 Kneppel. Game number 2, we also secure the win. Kneppel 28, AD 27, LeBron 25, and Curry 23. And that does put us up 2-0. Let's see if we can make that 3-0, and yes we do. So now we are up 3-0, winning game 3, 128-96, outscoring them by 32 points. AD with a 22-point double-double, 20 from Santos in 19 minutes, LeBron with a 19-point double-double. And are we going to sweep the Lakers? Yes, we are. Let's go. Curry dropping 28 points, Kneppel 27, AD with a double-double. LeBron did foul out, but he still played amazing. And now we are back in the Western Conference Finals. It looks like we're going to have to take on the Spurs unless the Timberwolves come back. And yeah, so it will be the San Antonio Spurs, a really good team. They have themselves Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Vassell Harris, and Victor Wembanyama with an 88 overall. De'Aaron Fox as their 6th man. The Spurs are always a tough team in 2K Sim, so let's see how things go. Game 1, we do secure the win. Curry going off for 39 points. AD with a 32-point double-double. LeBron with 24. Our big 3 is phenomenal. Game number 2, we also end up winning. Curry 36, AD with a 31-point double-double, and LeBron James with a 26-point triple-double. The fact that LeBron James is putting up a 26-point triple-double in the playoffs at age 43 proves how good of a player LeBron really is. But now let's see what happens here. In game 3, we do fall short in game 3. We win game 4, 117-101. Curry with 34, 21 AD, and 19 from LeBron. And we go into gentleman sweep Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. Curry dropping 37, LeBron with 36 points, and AD with a 27-point double-double. And now we're either going to take on the Bulls or the Hawks, and it will be the Atlanta Hawks with Reese Shea winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP, Anthony Davis Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging 25, 14, and 2 with 2 blocks and 1.5 steal per game. And before we go into the NBA Finals, I did want to show you guys the conference final stats because our big 3 was playing phenomenal. Curry was averaging 32 points per game against Wemby and the Spurs. LeBron was averaging 25, 5, and 9. And then we had AD averaging 24.5 points per game with nearly 14 rebounds on Victor Wembanyama. And remember, he was being guarded by Wemby that entire time, which is insane. And now in the NBA Finals, we are taking on the Atlanta Hawks, who have themselves Kingston Flemings, this dude, Zachary Risache, Jalen Johnson, and Kyle Filipowski, with Dyson Daniels as their 6th man. They do have quite a bit of depth coming off their bench, as you guys can see. Kuminga is still on their team. But let's see how things go. Game number 1, we do secure the win. LeBron dropping 39 points, Curry 29, and 19 from AD. Okay, so look at that, 19. And then 10 more points from Curry with 29, 10 more points by LeBron with 39. But now let's see what happens here in game 2. We do fall short in game 2. LeBron played amazing, so did Curry, but sadly we lose by 1 single point. Game 3, whoa, how is this team defeating us? Okay, so somehow this team really just defeated us 2 games in a row. And not only a simple beating us, they defeated us here by 20 points. We are down 2-1 against the Hawks, and maybe I shouldn't have underestimated them because first they defeated the Magic, then they defeated the number 1 seeded Detroit Pistons, and then the Chicago Bulls. But let's see what happens here. Can we top the series? We will jump into Simcast. And so far we do have the lead. Let's see if we could keep it. And yes, we can. We going to win 118-92, AD dropping 30 and 13, 27 Kneppel, and a 19-point double-double from LeBron. And now the series is tied at 2-2 apiece. Let's continue jumping into Simcast here for game 5, where we do have home court advantage. And we do have the lead. Can we keep it as a question? 111. Oh god, we're only up by 1 point. Tie game, and it looks like it's okay. I thought it was about to go to overtime, but we end up winning by 2 points, 121 to 119. AD dropping 29, 22 from Curry, and 17 from Kneppel. That does put us up 3-2, and honestly, that's kind of crazy because this is the only team that's given us a tough battle here in the playoffs. And this was a team I was expecting to be very easy, but that has not been the case. Let's jump into Simcast here again and see if we could close things out in Game 6. And whoa, we're getting destroyed, and we end up losing 142 to 129. AD played amazing, Curry struggled. Where's LeBron? LeBron only had 14 points, but he still played good all around. It all comes down to this. It is time for Game 7 versus the Hawks. Win or go home. If we win this game, we win ourselves a back-to-back championship. Let's jump into Simcast, where we do have home court advantage on our side. And so far we do have the lead here, but can we keep it is a question, and yes we can. We go on to win 135 to 111, and Pajemski, okay, was the leading scorer with 26 points, 22 AD and 18 from Kneppel, 17 Curry, and LeBron had himself a 13-point double-double. And just like that, we win the Golden State Warriors a back-to-back championship, and this year it's LeBron James winning Finals MVP. And that is what I'm talking about, a back-to-back championship before LeBron and Curry retire. But now let's take a look at player stats before I end out this video. So in the playoffs, we played a total of 21 games, and in those 21 games, Curry was the leading scorer, averaging 26 points per game. Anthony Davis was averaging a 22-point double-double. LeBron was averaging 21.5, 5.5 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. 16 Kneppel, 13.5 from Brendan Pajemski. In the NBA Finals, where we played 7 games, the leading scorer was AD, averaging 24 points with 9 rebounds, 20 from Stephen Curry, and 18 from LeBron James with 6 rebounds and 8 assists. Now that is going to be it for today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new for more NBA 2K26 rebuilds, and also click that hype button. It really does help push this video to a larger audience, and click here on the screen to watch my latest upload. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.